The galactic archives held many warnings, but none were heeded as often as they should have been. Carved into crystalline data cores across 100 worlds, the message remained consistent: do not hunt the humans. They remembered. Hazel stood on the bridge of the UES Retribution, her fingers drumming against the tactical display. Before her, holographic markers showed the locations of 17 Krevesh hunting vessels, each one a monument to their species' arrogance. They had learned nothing from the fate of the Jil, the Crethans, or the dozen other predator species that had made the same fatal mistake. "Captain," Leo called from the communications station, his voice tight with controlled anger. "We're receiving distress signals from the colony on Kepler 44 to be. Multiple ships, civilian transports." He paused, jaw clenching. "They're taking trophies." Hazel's expression didn't change, but her eyes grew cold. The Krevesh were a proud warrior race, apex predators on their homeworld for millions of years. When they'd first encountered humans, they'd seen soft, relatively weak primates perfect prey for their ritual hunts. They'd studied Earth's history, seen how humans had nearly driven themselves to extinction through war and ecological collapse, and assumed they'd found easy quarry. They hadn't understood what they were looking at. How long ago did the Krevesh declare their great hunt against humanity? Hazel asked, though she already knew the answer. 6 months, Captain, Leo replied. They've taken approximately 2,000 human colonists across the frontier zones. Civilian targets, mostly, and how many other species warned them? All of them, ma'am. The Collective Council sent 3 separate delegations. Leo's fingers flew across his console. The Vexari ambassador even shared footage of what happened to the ZHUL homeworld after they hunted humans for sport. Hazel remembered the ZHUL, a crystalline species, beautiful and terrible, who had turned human hunting into an art form. They'd captured humans, released them on preserved worlds, and tracked them for entertainment. That had lasted exactly 7 years before the United Earth Systems had responded. The ZHUL no longer had a homeworld. Their civilization existed only in scattered refugee fleets, forever denied planetary settlement by human-enforced sanctions. Their crystal spires, once monuments to their superiority, had been reduced to atomic dust. The Krevesh think they're different, Leo said bitterly. They think because they're stronger, faster, with natural weapons. They don't understand what makes humans dangerous. Hazel interrupted. She pulled up a file on her personal display, one she'd reviewed countless times. "It's not our strength. It's not our speed. It's this." She projected the image fleet-wide. It showed a photograph from old Earth, circa 2157, a memorial wall with 2,000 names. Every human taken by the ZHUL. Every single one. "We remember," Hazel said softly. "Every name, every face, every story, and we never, ever forget a debt." The tactical display chimed. The Krevesh hunting fleet had detected them. "They're hailing us, Captain," Leo reported. "Audio only. Put them through." A growling, clicking voice filled the bridge. The translation matrix rendered it in flat, emotionless tones. "Human vessel, you enter Krevesh hunting grounds. Turn back or become prey." Hazel smiled without humor. "This is Captain Hazel Chen of the United Earth Systems Navy. You are hereby notified that the Krevesh Empire, in violation of the Sapient Rights Accord, you have hunted human civilians. That was your first mistake. Your second was believing you could survive the consequences. We are Krevesh. We have hunted across 1,000 worlds. What are humans but clever prey? You're about to find out," Hazel said, and cut the channel. "Leo, broadcast this on all frequencies. Galactic Standard." Leo nodded, already preparing the message they'd rehearsed. His voice, when it came, was clear and cold. "To all species in monitored space, the Krevesh Empire has been designated a hostile force. Human civilians have been murdered. As per Protocol Reaper, all Krevesh military assets are now legitimate targets. Their homeworld is under quarantine. Their trade routes are closed. This is not a negotiation. This is a reckoning." The Krevesh fleet opened fire first, as Hazel knew they would. Plasma bolts and kinetic rounds filled the space between the fleets. The Retribution shuddered under the impacts, shields flaring, Return fire, Hazel ordered. Target their weapon systems first. I want them disabled, not destroyed. Not yet. The human fleet moved with precision that terrified their opponents. Where the Krevesh fought with individual glory in mind, humans fought as a single organism. Every ship knew its role. Every captain trusted the others implicitly. They'd been training together for this moment since the first report of Krevesh attacks had reached Earth. Within 20 minutes, the Krevesh hunting fleet was crippled, not destroyed. That would come later. In front of witnesses, Hazel wanted every species in the galaxy to see what happened to those who hunted humans. Open a channel to the Krevesh homeworld, she ordered. Let their high command watch. Leo established the connection. Billions of Krevesh would be watching now, seeing their vaunted hunters reduced to floating wrecks. Hazel stood, addressing not just the Krevesh, but every species monitoring the broadcast. You called us prey. You saw our kindness as weakness. You mistook our desire for peace as an inability to wage war. You hunted our children, our families, our friends. She gestured, and the Retribution's main cannons charged. We are humans. We walked out of Earth's cradle with nothing but stone tools and determination. We conquered our entire planet not through strength, but through memory, planning, and an absolute refusal to accept defeat. When you hunted us, you didn't kill prey. You created an enemy that will pursue you across galaxies and generations if necessary. The weapon fired. The Krevesh flagship, the one carrying the trophies taken from human victims, disintegrated in a flash of light. Every species that has hunted humans has paid the same price. Hazel continued, her voice carrying across the stars. The ZHUL learned. The Crethans learned. Now the Krevesh will learn. We don't forget. We don't forgive. And we never stop coming. She sat back down, suddenly tired. Leo, transmit the recovery coordinates to the civilian rescue fleet. Let's bring our people home. As the Retribution turned toward the Krevesh homeworld, where the full human fleet was already gathering, Leo pulled up the memorial file again. 2,000 new names would be added soon, the colonists from Kepler for 4 to be. And beneath those names, in stark red letters, a single word, Avenged. In the galactic archives, another entry was being carved. The Krevesh hunted humans. They are no longer a spacefaring species. The warning remained. It always would. But somewhere, inevitably, another species would ignore it. And when they did, humanity would be waiting. They always remembered, and